New from Vinegar Syndrome is the double pack of Vacation of Terror 1 and 2. I dived into the first one, 1989, because it just seemed like a kind of fun, enjoyable, time-filling film. Not something that would be great, but something that I would hopefully enjoy. And it starts off pretty promising. We see the burning of a witch who calls on Satan to protect her, who threatens to come back and haunt these people for brutally murdering her, and we see them just set her alive on fire, watching her burn alive as they throw all her possessions down a well, kind of blocking it off forever. And then we jump to the current time. We jump to the current time where we meet a man who's just inherited a country house. Would you believe it? You won't believe it. You just won't. He's inherited the very house right next to where that witch was burned alive. And you can probably guess where the story's going to go from here. We follow our man and his family, his 3 kids, his wife. He seems to have his niece staying with him, and she's going to bring along her boyfriend Julio, who is the MVP of this film.
¿Conseguiste trabajo?
¿Qué pasó, mi vida? Tú luego me quieres poner a trabajar. No, acuérdate que soy un hombre que se dedica a la ciencia.
He was the shining light in amongst this a rather average horror film that made everything kind of great, I suppose. I just loved the character, the kind of willingness to believe in the mysticism, the willingness to hope like a better future. He just seemed like a kind of cheery character that I loved spending time with. These group of people go to this dilapidated country house, which, to be honest, is extremely run down. Somehow the patriarch of the family manages to convince everyone to stay here, and stuff starts to happen. People start to become a little bit different, a little bit twisted. Things start to go bump in the night as we see the younger girl of the family kind of possessed almost. When they fall down the well and discover all these items that are down there, she pulls out a little doll that will be with her, and it's a kind of person possessed movie, living doll type of film that changes midway through to that. But the problem I have with this one is it's really bland. It doesn't really do much. It never really becomes exciting or thrilling. It's almost by the numbers, which is a little bit disappointing. I wanted to like it more than I did. A lot of that has got to come down to the way it's shot. Now, it looks pretty good, but I have an issue with the lighting. It's almost too lit up. They need to tone it down a little bit, create these dark spells around the screen, but everything, you can see everything that's going on. You can see the set they're working on, where it needed to be a little bit more moody. Create those darker corners, create that effect of atmosphere, but it's well lit, almost like a TV show. And when it gets to the finale, it becomes even more frustrating. And there is a fine line in horror movies between exciting and frustrating. You can draw out sequences, but when certain things happen, they just made me angry rather than excited.
Ella quiere jugar con ustedes.
There's one moment where there's a character who's literally telling someone, this is the way to stop this witch. Do it now, she's killing me. And the person just stands there and screams. And it's another 4 or 5 minutes before she eventually does what she was told to do. And it's that kind of frustration that left me with a lasting effect of this movie of, I wasn't particularly happy with it. It wasn't a bad movie. It was well made and produced, and the characters were fun enough. Julio was absolutely fantastic. I loved him. But the rest of the characters were kind of meandering and uninteresting. The father, the mother, the 2 boys, it just... the little girl that gets possessed was rather tedious. There's some moments of scares that just feel almost toothless in this one. There's not a great deal of blood or guts or gore.
Tranquilízate.
Mi bebé, mi bebé,
Pero-
mi bebé. Oh, mi bebé.
We actually got rid of the parental figures for a while throughout the story, and it just never becomes anything that's fully terrifying or scary. It's one of those movies that you can quite easily sit on in the background, tune in and out, you won't miss much, and you'll probably have a better experience doing that. It's not one that you need to give your full attention to. I wanted to love Vacation of Terror, it never got there. It's directed by Rene Cardona III, and we'll say no more about that. I hope the second one is better than this one, which we can only hope, I suppose. I would love to know your thoughts on Vacation of Terror. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you find it kind of middling of the road? I would love to know your reason why you liked it or hated it as well. Let me know in the comment box below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Should I reevaluate this one? Let me know. There's more content up here. We can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, membership program and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.